In the space of just 5 years, GT Academy has gone from a gaming experiment to being the world's most innovative driver selection program. 10 gamers have gone from virtual to reality and now compete as professional motor racing drivers, taking multiple podiums at international race meetings all over the world. Now a new wave of Academy graduates will follow their previous winners and start the life-changing journey of becoming a professional racing driver. This is GT Next Level. Well, this year saw the beginning of a new search to find the next GT Academy graduates and turn PlayStation warriors into professional racing drivers. Over 1 million gamers originally entered the competition from across Europe. Miguel Faisca, a 24-year-old mechanical engineering student, was eventually crowned the European GT Academy winner.
It's the greatest sensation I ever feel. Now I have the opportunity to work with the Nissan GT Academy, and it's going to be an amazing experience.
Now starting a 2-month driver development program to gain his C license so he can drive his first international professional race, the 24 Hours of Dubai.
I didn't think this was possible. I never believed it, but I won, and it's amazing.
Joining Miguel on this journey are winners from the German and North American academies. 29-year-old car rental manager Florian Strauss from Berlin, Germany. 20-year-old car salesman Nick McMillan from Oregon in the United States. The graduates must contest 12 national race meets across the United Kingdom to gain the signatures required for an international C license, without which they will not be eligible to race in Dubai. Trackside and mentoring the graduates have been Caterham Support champion Rob Jenkinson and GT Sports car and Le Mans veteran Christian Van.
The guys have got 8 signatures, so we need 4 more signatures to gain our international race licence for Dubai. If all goes to plan today, we should get 2 more.
Well, today they're at Donington Park, entered in separate day and night races. The preparation and pressure is building towards their first international race in Dubai.
This is a really important race weekend, probably the most important race weekend. It's the first time the guys have got their hands on the actual GT4 car that will be racing in Dubai, and it's the first time that we're also going to be racing in the dark.
I've never done a nice race. I think it's going to be very fun. It's different, it's more dangerous, but I think it's going to be okay.
The car is lovely, you know. I think that everybody of us love to drive this car. I think the power is the most difficult thing. We have to be careful to not, spin the wheels too much to get sideways.
The graduates will also work with RJN's Dubai pit crew. Slick driver changes are essential. The importance of this is not lost on RJN's team principal, Bob Neville.
This is really the only taster of it they get before the 24 Hours of Dubai, and in particular there's a very little opportunity to race at night in the UK.
Each driver will be driving for a minimum stint of an hour, and that adds a lot of complications to the equation.
His stamina will come into it for the first time. The car's more tiring to drive, it's more powerful.
It's a very different situation to anything they'll have been used to. So it's a mammoth challenge for them, really. And we'll see a lot, about their characters and how they handle it. I'm sure some will do better than others.
Before they attempt to get the signatures, they have to practice. And the practice session is there to slowly build up their confidence in the car and get them used to the conditions. And for Miguel, it's already proving tough.
It was wet, it was my fault, but sometimes happens. The car is much more powerful than we are used to.
It's not a good day to be doing. It's the first time with RJN, the whole team's here. Really, he's just gone out way too fast, too soon. He has been pulled out of the car and dealt with by the team principal, Bob Neville, relatively severely.
We have to kind of learn a little bit more slowly, not try to go too fast.
hopefully, if you can take a positive out of this situation, it will be that he'll probably concentrate a lot more.
Miguel's lapse of concentration is the sort of thing that Academy of Performance Director Simon Fitchett has been helping the graduates deal with. Simon has worked with the top names in Formula One like David Coulthard and Sergio Perez, and he uses the same techniques with the graduates in order to help the best, or help them get the best out of themselves.
This can be massively damaging. It causes a memory within the subconscious mind. When they're next driving, they can consciously remember that, bring it back from the subconscious mind, and it will affect their confidence. So yes, we would work at clearing this so that they consciously accept that, yes, that's an incident that happened, but this is a different situation, and push it away from their brain.
Well, despite the mishap, Miguel now has the techniques he must use to sort his mind out. Qualifying 11th on the grid for the MSA Endurance Championship race. He's back on course for his first signature. Miguel gets off to a great start and is soon climbing the field. This morning's demons seem to have been put to rest.
Miguel's done a fantastic job. He had a little off-track excursion this morning. He won't be the last to make a mistake and spin. I think the team are impressed with how he's turned it around.
Well, by the time Miguel pits, the team are third and well on their way to the first signature of the day.
It went pretty well. Just in the end, just doing wet lines so the tires don't be very damaged, but it's the track conditions and I couldn't do any more.
Really good first stint. Maybe third place is on, but the most important thing is they're still out there going.
Well, with Miguel successfully completing his stint, his teammate brings the car home second in class, but Miguel and the boys will have no time to celebrate. They now have to prepare for the forthcoming night race.
Sun's gone down and it's time for night qualifying, so it's the first time the guys have had to experience driving in darkness, and Donington gets very dark, especially around the back.
You can't see the track conditions, it all comes from a field. And you've got other cars out there with really bright headlights that blind you, and you can't tell often where they are, whether they're 200 yards behind or right behind you.
They're really going to feel the pressure and the stresses and the strains of driving in the dark, which they're going to have to get used to, because it's dark for a long time in Dubai.
Well, to qualify for the night race, the Academy graduates must complete 3 laps of Donington in the dark. Miguel not alone finding it tough. German Academy winner Florian Strauss also struggles. It's a challenge for any novice driver.
It's very dark. You can't see that much. Sometimes it's difficult to find the apex, the point where you have to turn in.
It's difficult, it's different. But 3 laps, it's not enough. I still need a few more.
But the racing they're doing is really of great use to them. In this race now, there's 1 or 2 GT3 cars, so have to look for them. Traffic management, we call it. This is worth its weight in gold, really, this event for them.
Well, in Dubai, Miguel and the boys will be in a field of around 80 cars of different classes and will have to deal with overtaking slower cars, as well as being aware of faster cars coming up behind, wanting to get by them. It's a foretaste of Dubai.
So it's just getting used to the feel of it and you know, getting some form of security. And as long as they bring the car back with no problems, then, you know, I think that's all they need.
Well, with both cars qualifying at the back of the grid for the Brit Car Production Championship night race, the boys should not have to worry too much, won't have too many problems to deal with. They can concentrate on night racing, but it soon becomes apparent that they are finding it hard to adapt to nighttime conditions.
Their consistency is absolutely all over the place. Their lap times are varying by 4 and 5 seconds, so they're obviously finding it tough, but so far they've kept it on the island.
Well, hopefully it won't get any harder than this for them, but of course if the weather takes a turn for the worse, then yeah, it's going to be a lot tougher mentally, and the concentration level, you know, you can't drop it. As soon as you switch off, that's it, it's gone.
Inevitable rain did come. The leader crashed into the pit wall, so we had to bring the guys in for a tyre change. The guys are now adapting to driving on the very slippery Donington Park in the dark. It doesn't get much harder than this, but so far so good for our team.
Well, despite the conditions, the race graduates start to find a steady rhythm, and Miguel starts to put in some fast laps.
Fast, very committed for the conditions. I fear that he might just be pushing a little bit too hard for his current level of experience. So, as we don't really want to take any risk and still want to get these signatures, just, you know, a little call to ease up.
Well, Miguel responds to a call to ease up. All he has to do is bring the car home to gain the second of today's signatures, but with less than 15 minutes to go, disaster strikes.
Well, Miguel's off the circuit down in the chicane. We don't really know why. He may have just gone off, may have a problem.
It's disappointing. They were doing very, very well, and it could potentially mean no signature, which can be the difference between him going out to race in Dubai and not.
Eventually, Miguel is pulled from the gravel trap, but too late to finish the race. Worse still, it appears Miguel has had another lapse of concentration.
I kind of lost focus there and brake a little bit earlier. I just missed the tarmac and into the gravel and stuck the car. Not being a good weekend. I don't know if I'm going to get a signature.
You know, we told him to back off. He did back off and he came back on it. You know, we just got to talk to him and just try and keep the lid on him a bit, I think, by the looks of it. Because there's two mistakes he's made today, which could have been the end of that car. Once you lose control of a race car, luck is the element.
Well, the clerk of the course will decide on the signature. Has Miguel done enough?
Well, signatures, one car, yeah, for sure, no problem. The other, I've got to go up and see what I can do. If justice were to be done, they'd all get signatures, because 6 hours of running, not to give a guy a signature for 15 minutes at short would be more than harsh.
And it would seem that Miguel's luck remains. Miguel has done enough in both races to deserve a second signature.
I'm glad that I have a signature, but I don't think I deserve it. And I have to apologize to the mechanics because they are going to have some work taking all the gravel out of the car.
Yeah, we just went up to get the record cards, the race record cards, and they both got 2 signatures. No questions, no problems. Done, mission accomplished. Well, we came for the 2 reasons, over the experience and the all-important race signatures for the international license. So, yeah, all done.
Weekend complete, signatures earned, but Miguel has to up his game ahead of next week's final race weekend. The last 2 all-important signatures are still up for grabs. Any lapse in concentration could spell disaster in the run to Dubai.